Hello students, this is Dr. Prabhat Dwivedi, Associate Professor, School of Business Management, CSJMU Kanpur. Today I am here with the lecture on innovation. All of you must have heard many times about these buzzwords like innovation, entrepreneurship, startup, etc., etc. So now your all queries may be related to the innovation may be satisfied today by this lecture. This topic belongs to MBA students and BBA students because all these students pursue their career in the area of corporate entrepreneurship, innovation, startups. So this is very relevant course for them. So this is the first lecture related to the design thinking course. Sometimes it is also called course on innovation or entrepreneurship. So that is the package for you today. Now I'll begin this lecture with the famous quote of Henry Ford, who was the founder of Ford Motors. He once said that if I had asked the public what they wanted, public would have said a faster horse, because that was the time. See his tenure, he lived from 1863 to 1947. So you must imagine that at that time this car or any motor vehicle was not there. So this was the first kind of motor vehicle introduced by Ford company. So he then said that at that time when he was thinking of inventing a motor car, he said that at that time if they had asked people what can be the faster mode of conveyance to them, public would have definitely said that a faster horse. That means even their wild imaginations, public wouldn't have thought of a kind of motor vehicle which can run faster than a horse. So that is the meaning of his quote. Now these are several logos before you. See, you must be recognizing that the first logo is of Apple, then Alphabet, that is the mother company of Google, then Amazon, Microsoft, and Samsung. And all these are in a descending order. You can see at the highest place Apple is there, then Alphabet, then Amazon, then Microsoft, then Samsung. Why these 5 logos are here? These logos are here because of the BCG's top 5 list of the most innovative companies in 2020. BCG, Boston Consulting Group, has announced the top 5 most innovative companies in 2020. In that, the topmost was the Apple, and at the 5th place was the Samsung. And you must be aware of all these companies like Apple. When anybody asks about safe, secure, and the fantastic phone, the answer would be simply Apple. Cutting edge technology is offered by Apple. Laptop, the most secured, the phone, Apple phone, most secured, iPod, iPad, all these, the cutting edge technologies were provided by the Apple, and it continuously innovate, and that's why it is on the top. Then comes Google, Alphabet, the mother company of Google. Amazon is also the third biggest innovative company, and then Microsoft, you all know, and then Samsung at the 5th. So these companies are at the top of the pyramid, not only in India but across the world, just because of the innovation. Here you can see the most comprehensive list from 2010 to 2018, in which it is shown that how the companies have been shifting from one place to another right from 2010 to 2018 in terms of the most innovative companies. So here you see in 2010 Apple was there at the top, and at the bottom there was Amazon. And how the Apple sustained at the topmost place in 2018, and of course Amazon went from the 10th place to the second highest place in the in case of most innovative companies in 2018. So, the 2018 list goes like Apple is the topmost company innovating most of at the most, then second most innovating company is Amazon, then third is Alphabet, Microsoft, Tesla, likewise. So, this is the list. This is almost 9 years before you, through which you can simply figure out how the companies have been progressing in the graph of innovation. So, this is how you can figure out that innovation is something which gives guarantee of a company for success. So, if a company is innovating, that means company is growing faster, company is sustaining in the due course of time, and company can remain at the topmost, just like Apple. You can see a straight line all the time. At the first place in 17, it went at second place, but again it came on to the first place. Now, the famous quote of Steve Jobs, the founder of most innovative company, that is Apple, he said innovation is the ability to see the change as an opportunity, not a threat. Very right quote. We have to perceive innovation as an opportunity, not a threat. And that is why the Apple company has been taking the challenge all the time. It has been making its own technology redundant by innovating the newer, better, emerging technologies, and that was really the matter of great courage for them. And there are examples like if we take the example of telecom sector company only, then Nokia is the example which is very frequently cited in the lectures, in the talks. Why Nokia couldn't sustain, why Nokia failed, and that is the reason in this, the reason is there in this quote. Nokia did not perceive the changing world as an opportunity, and it thought that its Windows phone will continue grabbing the first place in the market, as at that time when Nokia couldn't change itself, was at the top after Apple. Apple's segment is different. Apple is has not been making the phone for all like 10,000, 20,000 bracket customers. It has always been making its products for premium segment customers. So that was not the kind of competitor for Apple, but for the rest of the competitors, Nokia was at the top. But Nokia didn't change itself with the change in technology, because Android technology came into existence. Apple brought this technology as a new one, and rest of other companies accepted, embraced it, but Nokia didn't. And what happened, rest is the story you all understand, you all know very well. Now, let's come to the point and let's understand what innovation means. Innovation is the specific tool. Just pay attention on every word which is highlighted over here. Innovation is the specific tool of entrepreneurs, the means by which they exploit change as an opportunity for a different business or a different service. Think about it. That means this is the tool which entrepreneurs can pick up and can come up with the solutions of the problems which society is having. So that's why once you come up with a solution of a problem which society is having, that means you are thinking of commercializing it, and once you are commercializing it by providing solution to a problem, existing problem of a society, people, that means you will be able to earn profits, much profits. Then another definition of innovation is the implementation or creation of something new that has realized value to others. See, many a time students or people confuse between the research and innovation. So I'll be clarifying this point, what the research is, what innovation is, but here you can understand by these two definitions that innovation is related to providing practical solutions to a pressing problem of a society. And once you succeed in doing it, means you will be, your company or your product will be doing wonders. So let's understand what is the difference between research and innovation. In simple terms, research is a systematic process to generate understandings or knowledge. This is the systematic addition of knowledge to the existing domain of knowledge, that is known as research, whereas innovation is the process. Pay attention on it. Innovation is the process of improvising the knowledge generated from the research to meet the real needs. Simply, innovation is the translation of the new knowledge which has been created by the academicians, by the researchers, to the practical solutions through which the problem of society can be solved. So innovation is research is precursor of innovation. Researches are done in the domains of academics, in the domains of research institutions, in the conceptual forms, in the theoretical forms, but later on when these new knowledges are translated into the practical solutions of the society, that becomes innovation. Many times what happens, research is done far many years before it is actually translated into in a practical solution. Like aluminum was searched a lot many years, almost 42 years before the first time aluminum utensils were made, and through which the aluminum research has been translated to the practical solution to the society. That is how lot many things sometimes we can give example of X-ray or any such kinds of things, like concepts of aviations, concepts of floating, and lot many years after the solutions have been evolved. So that is what the difference between the innovation and research is. Now, coming to the point, like since innovation is related to the practical solutions of society's problem, so let us understand the practical aspects of innovation, how innovation helps corporate world, how innovation helps society, what can we do with the help of innovation, that is here. Innovation can be used as a tool for product differentiation. Like product is there, we all understand the basic form of mobile phone which came in the early kind of last decade of 20th century. Mobile phone, that was simply a basic mobile phone having a keypad, big one with the antenna, and just having the two features. One was calling, receiving or making calls, and another one was texting. So from that phone, of 1995, 1998, 1999, 1999 to the phone of 2023, 2022. Huge differences there. Today's smartphone has replaced hundreds of devices. It is not simply a phone through which you can make or receive calls or text. You can do lot many things. It is simply a mini computer in your hand. You must be recalling the famous line of Dhirubhai Ambani when he launched the phone, Reliance phone, Kar lo duniya muthi mein. So simply I would say today's phone is of that kind by which, with the help of which, you are always having the whole world in your fist. So innovation is used for product differentiation. Like you can make your product different from your competitors. You can make your product more acceptable by the customers. Why? In what terms you can make differences? You can make product differentiation. The slide is here before you. Product differentiation can be done at least through these 4 ways. Design. You can change design. You can make better designs. Attributes, characteristics, aesthetics. Take one by one. Design means always customers look for better designs. Like when we talk of example, we take example of this smartphone. You always look for a smartphone which is best suited for your fist, which is best suited for your pocket, which can be handled very smoothly. That is the design. What kind of design may be better than that of your competitors' products? Continuously you can think of in design terms and making always the better and better designs for your product. For an example, when Tesla was thinking to bring its electric vehicle, there was a big question how this vehicle would succeed, because earlier General Motors failed. That was the question, because battery was the big challenge. Those times battery was quite bulky, heavy, larger in size, and when you put you just give the increase the hours of drivability, then the space in the car was being compromised. So there was a trade-off between the comfort, the space in a car and power. Power in terms of like how many hours a car can be driven in one charge. So these two was being traded off. But Tesla was committed that it would not letting the trade-off done between these two things. Continuously innovated, researched, and found out the solutions. Then Tesla succeeded in increasing its drivability, hours of drivability in one charge, without compromising with comfort, without compromising with leg space or any other kind of space in a car. So that is the importance of design. For everything you need to think in terms of its practicability if you are thinking of design of a particular product. Attributes. Attributes means how many variants, colors, fragrances your products are coming. Like when this Johnson and Johnson provides shampoo for baby, this is very kind of tender. very, because it is being prepared for kids, for babies. So it should be very much soft. So all soft range of baby care is being provided by Johnson and Johnson, and the attributes change from a Johnson, from a shampoo for adult, from a shampoo for females, from a shampoo for adults or youngsters, to the shampoo for babies. That is what the attribute. Attributes may be seen in terms of variants of a product, which vary in terms of color, in terms of fragrance, in terms of such intangible things. Then comes characteristics. Characteristics may be related to the features of a product, like mobile has calling, texting, then email facility, then camera, then so many sensors, lot many things you can count. They come under the category of characteristics. Aesthetics belong to how the product looks like, how cute, how beautiful the product looks like. So you always have the scope in improvising all these four things, like design, attributes, characteristics, aesthetics. Now, how innovation creates impact in society? What happens when an idea sparks in your mind and you think of making a particular product for which you have so many conceptual researches, so much domain knowledge which is available there. Now, by using all that domain knowledge, new knowledge, emerging technologies, you just conceive of a product. Once you conceive, that is the ideation. These are the different stages how ideation takes place. I am not going into depth here. I am here just giving you a quick overview of this particular process. Ideation is, once you ideate about a product, then lot many things are being done. This process ends to the prototype kind of. You make a prototype finally of that idea by evolving that idea, converting into various, passing that idea through various testing phases, and then finally your idea is in the form of product, and now you just made a product out of that idea, tested that product, and finally you produced that product for mass, for masses. That means you do mass production, or you do scaling of that particular product. After prototyping, after testing of the market, you come up to the final stage of the mass production or scaling of a particular product, and that product is, that product reaches to the masses, from cities to the towns to the villages, and masses get their problems solved through that particular product. Then the impact, final impact comes out when you see around you everywhere your product is solving the problem of people, problem of society. So that is what the ultimate aim of any knowledge, any research, that should be that should reach to the lower level, to the last man, to the last person. That is the actually the objective, the actually aim of any research, any innovation, to reach the last man of the society, to solve the problems of the last man of the society, to create impact in the society. Now, there are several myths about innovation, and I would definitely be happy to remove those myths, to clarify those myths. What are those myths now? The first we take. First myth is innovation begins with creativity. That means only one can innovate who is creative. let's check how much it is the truth. Innovation begins with creativity. Actually not. Innovation begins with curiosity. Just like one who is so much creative, makes things new. Can you say that person will be innovating the things? Artists are very creative, but there is no guarantee that they will innovate. Artists may be singer, musician, maybe painter, maybe a sculptor, that they may be creative, but there is no guarantee that they will be innovating the things. I am not saying, I am not giving any denial, but there is no guarantee. Newton, we all know, the great scientist who discovered the gravity. It was said that once Newton was lying under a tree, apple tree, and suddenly apple fell. Then Newton questioned, why did this apple fall? Why didn't this apple go up? It was not the case that apple fell for the first time before the Newton, and before that it never fell. It is not the case. Apple has always been falling down. Has always been falling down since the earth is, since the earth gave birth to plants, trees, or flora, fauna. It has always been falling down. And millions of people have been living, have lived since then. But no one was so curious. Everyone took it like a natural process that it will fall down. So there is no question about it. He questioned, he became curious. And that was the spark which is required for any innovation. So this is not the creativity actually, this is actually the curiosity. Newton did not invent theory of gravity just because he was creative. He did nothing so creative about it. But he was curious, that's why he discovered the theory of gravity. Another myth is innovation is a smooth linear process. That you innovate and that will reach to a certain point and will always. Actually not. The reality is innovation is iterative and the outcome of series of experiments. You keep on innovating. It is a cyclical process. It is a cyclical process. You keep on innovating. There is always a scope of improvement. You reach at some point in time after following a certain process, at particular shape of a product, you again think of that these are the shortcomings and you need to improve those shortcomings. And finally you get it done. And perfection is nowhere in the world. So does this hold good in case of product also, in case of innovation also. No innovation is the perfect innovation. We reach at a certain point of time in certain form and we again need to go ahead. So we again question, we again follow the same process of innovation. So that is why it is an iterative process, it is not a linear process. Third, myth is innovation is about risk taking. I am not denying the fact that risk is not there. Yes, but it is not 100% truth. We should take calculative risk. Today there are so much, science and technology advancement is there, data analytics is there, regression is there, lot many tools and techniques are there which can mitigate risk if you go for innovation. But yes, without being rational, without being logical, without following scientific process, we will definitely buy more and more risk. If we want to mitigate risk, we have to follow the logical, rational, scientific processes of innovation, and then we will definitely be taking only calculative risk, which will not be having so much adverse consequences that in case of without following these scientific processes. So, the reality is effective innovation involves risk taking, but assessment and mitigation techniques can really reduce the risk of innovation. So, the questions can be mailed to me at my email ID. Thank you so much. My email ID is drprabhatkdvedi@csmu.ac.in. Thank you so much.